Well, hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day. And we have got some new technology working. We weren't able to get Zoom hooked up to our Facebook this week. We are still back and forth with their team. They're still working on it. So we will be broadcasting live inside the Facebook group next week. And I'm just thrilled to be here with you today and to show you some of this brand new content on some stuff that we're working on to generate a much higher quality lead through your funnel. So if I could get you to go ahead and just type yes into the chat box and let me know that you can hear my voice. We've obviously, well, I don't know if it's obvious. I don't know if you can tell by my audio, but we've upgraded into a whole brand new podcast studio setup. So we're broadcasting just like the pros over here. Yes. So hopefully your audio sounds phenomenal. Okay, that is great. And we are going to turn on our screen sharing. Let's go here. So now you should be able to see the screen, and I will hide all of this. Hello, Michael. Hello, Jean. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Brad. Hello, Terry. Hello, Scott. But big welcome to Lisa. Lisa is a new member who joined this morning. So we are looking at rocking along with your campaigns. Lisa, the team has already reached out to book your intake call and actually may already have that done. So welcome to the program. We are just thrilled to get you going. And Brad, what is up, Brad? I actually saw an interesting back and forth with you and a lead earlier today through your chat campaign. So hope that worked out well and that they were a decent quality lead for you. And just super quick, even though we're not really sure what it's going to look like, we always like to turn the webcam on for a couple of minutes just to say hello. So there we go. All right, cool. I got a funny hair thing going on here and the microphone, obviously. All right, so we're not going to keep the webcam on for long. But anyways, there we go. So before we hop into the actual screen share or this side of things, I want to kind of just like wrap this whole concept together for you. I've got a PowerPoint presentation for us, but I figured just like this would be good. So what we're doing today is we're going to be talking about video marketing, which I understand freaks a lot of people out, but I can tell you that in today's world, especially with all of our clients and customers being mobile right now, video is becoming more and more important for our campaigns and to get you a better response from your campaigns. So what I've been doing over the last 60 days is just throwing a whole bunch of stuff at the wall to come up with the best process and the best system that we can actually implement for you. So now that we know how the structure is going to go, what we're going to do is walk you through an exercise today to help map out your content for your funnel so that you can either create your content or on your own, or if you are a Connection Incorporated customer, we are going to actually produce the content for you based on today's session. And then if you want a little bit of a one-on-one with your account manager, we can facilitate something. But today's exercise is to give you your topics for your videos that you're going to shoot. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that video content and show it to the exact same cold audiences that we're targeting right now inside your campaign. So we're using the ad set strategy that you've learned on these calls to dial in on the best quality traffic in your local marketplace. What we're going to do is take these videos and show them to those audiences. And anybody that engages based on the headline of the video, the topic of the video, and they actually engage in the video, and we mean engagement means they watch up to 50% of the video, we are then going to retarget those viewers of the video with the ad for your opt-in. And the reason why this is working so well is because we know that somebody that invests, 50% of the video, could be 2 minutes, 3 minutes of their time learning about mortgages, is much more likely to be a high quality customer to you out the back end, because somebody who doesn't want a mortgage is not going to sit there in front of their phone and watch 2 minutes of a video about mortgages. So we know that they're going to be in market and they're going to be a high quality lead for you. But there's a whole other side of it, which I believe to be even more powerful, which is the fact that those people are going to be indoctrinated with your brand and your education. So even if it's your logo and us doing the teaching, or it's you in front of the camera with your your demonstration, your voice, that's going to be the best. But if we can teach these people through video, the likelihood of them going out and trying to find a complete stranger to help with their loan diminishes greatly. And when you reach out and when your Agent Legend LO system or your follow-up system drops that ringless voicemail, sends out the text message, sends out the email, the responses are going to be even better because those people have a bond with you. They know you, they like you, they trust you, and they will engage further in that funnel with you. So that is the whole premise. We are going to start using video to pre-frame people to your brand and then retarget the people that watch the videos to then bring them in as an opt-in on the lead. So we're going to stop sharing the webcam here for a second and let me show you my screen. So you can see that these are our statistics here for this month. So this is September 1st to September 13th of this month. This is one of our Connection Incorporated Facebook advertising accounts. And what I want to do here is show you, oh, hold on just one second. So this is the campaign level. And I have all of the statistics here, so you don't have to watch me click through all the menus and go through all of the different stats. But I want to explain to you what's happening here so that you can see how this relates to your specific campaigns. So this campaign down here is our general webinar that we are doing to promote our Facebook advertising services. And this is built in your traditional style, the exact same way that we're generating your clients. So we have a cold audience of loan officers and mortgage professionals on Facebook. We're showing ads to them. When they click on the ad, they are taken to a lead generation page where they fill out their name, their phone number, their email address, and then they are taken to the training where they can watch the training on how to grow their business through mortgages. So this month, in that particular campaign, we are spending $26.77 per lead that comes through that funnel. Now, that $26.77 lead, that is just somebody who registers and gives us their information and says, hey, I'm a lead. Now, we get envy, we're envious of your campaigns because in most of our mortgage campaigns, you're seeing around a 40% response rate from the leads that are going into the follow-up sequence. Our show-up rate on those people that are registering for that webinar through that particular lead campaign is about 25%. So about 25% of those people show up. That means, and the stat isn't up here because I would have to change all the columns around to show you the custom conversion, but we're spending $108.10 this month for every person who actually gets on the presentation and watches the presentation, right? So I know we have a lot of people here in the group, and you're some of you are generating leads at $4 a piece or $5 a piece. Some of you are $15 a piece. And just know that we are building an asset. It's not supposed to return a mortgage customer to you in the first 30 days. We talked about that a lot in the last presentation, but what we're building here is an asset of people that have opted in. We know that they're interested in the product, and we have a long-term perspective on turning these people into customers. So we know that somebody that registers for the event, engages in the content, we're building a bond with those people. Some of them are going to close right away, but that's not how, that's not our main goal. Our main goal is to build a relationship with those people and follow up with them long term. And I know at those metrics, we are profitable on that ad spend. But here's the thing, and here's what today's content is all about. We started running video ads to the exact same audience with no call to action. All it is a direct, valuable piece of video content. There's no pitch, there's no click the button to register. It's just simply good, helpful tips. So that's this campaign here. It's called video engagement. And all we're doing is we're running video to a cold audience, and we are getting in front of them with just really good, helpful content that answers their questions and helps them overcome whatever problem it is that they're having with their advertising. All of these videos talk about Facebook ads, Facebook advertising, how to get more leads, and how to better follow up on those leads and close them. So this month, we have put in front of that particular audience, we've spent $1,287.49 just showing the videos to the audience. Now, check this out. This top campaign, the conversion engaged traffic campaign, this only shows ads to people that have already watched 50% of one of these videos. So the way that I architected these videos is I took basically the 6 main problems that people have with Facebook advertisements, and each one is an answer and a solution to each of those problems. So they weren't just random videos, and that's the process that I'm going to walk you through here today. They're not just random videos talking about just Facebook. They are specifically designed to help people and move them to the next level in their business. Now, once somebody watches 50% of one of those videos, they become what we call engaged traffic, and then we show them the advertisement that invites them to register for the webinar. So check this out. If you go to our stats up here at the top, we've had 106 people register for the webinar at a cost per lead of $18.96. So when I was just going to cold traffic, that cost per lead was $26.77. By just showing them a good, helpful video up front and then showing them an ad to get them to opt in, we dropped it down to $18.96. So that just indoctrination of that person on Facebook goes a very long way to getting a better response. So if we look at just our opt-in, we're generating those leads for $7.81 less to generate the lead. But that's not the best part. Check this out. If we look at the people that actually attend the event, so these are people that are actually engaged. They're not just registering for a webinar because they're interested in webinars or whatever, like the cold traffic. These people are showing up and only costing us $37.92 to attend the event, where on the other campaign, the old campaign that we were running, we were spending $108.10 per attendee. So this campaign is generating that person at 2/3 less for an engaged person into the funnel. So the whole purpose behind this is, yes, we've significantly dropped our cost per lead, but the person that's coming through the funnel engages with our content, watches not just part of the webinar, but all of the webinar, and they are a better quality lead in the business. And that is what we are going to walk you through in your mortgage business. We call this the conversion path, and that was our testing. And that's just this month's statistics. All that ad spend and those results are all from the first of this month to today. So that was what a live demonstration, so that you know that this is working right now and it's not conceptual. So here's how this process works. We use video, and the videos that I'm going to show you how to create here today, to create that pre-indoctrination so that people know you, like you, trust you, and you've already helped them one step closer to getting a mortgage. Then we show them the offer for whatever campaign it is that we're using to convert them. And then we put them into your follow-up system so that the ringless voicemail goes out, the text message goes out, the email goes out. And that is our new process for using video to take them from being an interested buyer to creating a relationship with them and turning them into an actual closed deal. So before we go any further with the actual content, do we have any questions? Is there anything that, any specific questions just about the process, or is that clear? Does everybody understand the process of showing people video, only retargeting people that watch 50% of the video and then showing the offer to them? Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So that process is actually a lot of fun to go through and come up with. Now, full disclaimer here, I did not create this. This is a process that that my business coach took me through in order for us to create our content for our system. And I want to give full credit where credit is due. So I work with Frank Kern, a gentleman down in California, and he helps us with all this stuff. So just know that you're getting the same stuff that we used to actually create our own campaigns, and full credit where credit is due. So this is the point where you shut the office door, pull out a piece of paper, and we're going to do a brainstorming exercise. And I need you to help me with this because I might be off base for your particular campaign. I might be off base for your particular marketplace. So as we're going through this, you can type your questions or answers into the chat to help us with the answers to these. I've just put answers in the boxes to help kind of spur your creativity and show you how we're going through the process, and your account managers are going through this process to help create this content. So on the left, the first thing that we need to identify is, what does our client actually want? So as soon as somebody comes into the marketplace to purchase a home and to get a mortgage, they get to the point where they say, okay, we're in market, we're going to enter the market at this time, we're ready to go, we're going to move, we need to get a house, we're going to need a mortgage in order to buy that house. At that particular moment in time, for that consumer, what is it that they want ultimately? And you can go to like a surface answer like low rates. Okay, well, yeah, they actually want low rates, but what they really want is an easy process where they don't feel like they're overwhelmed with a ton of complicated paperwork, but also in a way where they understand everything that's going on. They don't feel overwhelmed, and there's no pressure associated with the transaction. So everybody tends to default to, hey, I can get mortgage customers if I can just have the lowest rates or offer the lowest rates. And oftentimes when you get into the psychology of mortgages, that's just not true. What people want is to know that they're getting a good deal. It's competitive with what's going on in the marketplace. They're not being taken advantage of, but they want somebody who's going to hold their hand, educate them, not put pressure on them, give them good advice, give them excellent service, fast response to their questions, and guide them through the process, so that on the day of closing, when they sit at the table and they're at the lawyer, they're at the title company, they're signing the documents, they're not going, oh my goodness, I think we're making a mistake. They can confidently look at their spouse in the eyes and say, we've got the best help behind us. We're making the right decision. This is the right thing for us. And if you go through all of the different questions with all of your consumers, I can tell you from a male perspective, this is just my own personal opinion, don't let me sway your exercise in any way, but I can tell you that knowing that my wife is comfortable and happy going through the process, that's my fundamental goal in going through the process of buying a home. Obviously, we want our family to love the home and all those sorts of things, but I want my wife to be happy going through the process. And I want a professional in my corner. When I have a question, they can educate both of us so that we both feel at ease and I feel like we're not being taken advantage of. So if you get down to like a core value perspective, your customer won't tell you that because they want a good deal. So they always say the lowest rate. But at the end of the day, what they want is someone they can trust to guide them through the whole experience that ends in them getting a very competitive, if not the lowest rate, right? And the stuff that happens up front, that bond, is far more important than just a quote on a website. we are definitely in the relationship business, and the videos and pre-indoctrinating people can mention rate. But it's far more important that you can demonstrate to the customer in advance your ability to educate them, make them feel at ease, and give them good advice that makes sense in real world layman's terms so that they're not overwhelmed. And when you can do that, and again, I'm going to walk you through a process of creating that bond through video on Facebook very fast. 1 or 2 videos, you can get all of that done. But if you're not taking the time to actually get down to the real true needs of what your client wants, it's impossible to build that bond with them because you're just going to speak to them at a surface level. You have to be able to communicate to those lower underlying needs that your client has that they're not going to tell you up front that they have. So that makes sense, right? We're all good so far? If that all makes sense, just type yes into the chat box. I want to make sure I haven't lost anybody here. And by lost anybody, I mean the audio, not the actual like going along of the exercise. Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right. So now we know what they want. Low pressure environment, good deal. What are their frustrations? So before anybody is able to successfully enter the real estate market, we all know that they need to go out and get a pre-approval, but oftentimes the client doesn't know that. They think that they can just go on Zillow or go on realtor.ca, click the email button and go tour the house the next day. So as soon as they do that for the first time, and they either talk to a realtor or they engage in an online advertisement about mortgages, they're going to understand that it can be a frustrating process because they have to get pre-qualified to shop in a certain price point before most realtors will let them come view the homes. And in order to do that, they have to have saved for a down payment. They have to have a plan for their finances on how they're going to afford their mortgage payments and fit in with their GDS and their TDS ratios and all that good stuff. And at the end of the day, those people are worried about rejection. So in our video content and creating the videos for these clients, we are going to demonstrate that there's no pressure. We're going to give them good advice. They're going to know that they're going to get the best rate, a fast response to their questions, and we're going to demonstrate that we can solve those wants by solving their frustrations by teaching them how to properly save for their down payment, how to make sure that their finances are in the right order for their down payments, and we're going to teach them all of the nifty little tricks that we know to make that process easy and fun so that when they get on the phone with somebody, they don't have to be worried about rejection. So let me walk you through that. Now, before we get into the actual video content saying, okay, here's the topics and content for our video, there's one final thing that we need to wrap into that wrapper. And that is, what must your consumer believe to buy? And the really important part of this is that this is your perfect customer. We're not trying to create these videos just to go out and bring in everybody in the marketplace. What we want to do is use this video content just like the survey campaign, just like the bot campaign. These videos are a filter so that you can be magnetic to the people that you want to work with and detract from or essentially repel the people that you don't want to work with. So we can, through video, get people to resonate with our message. And if they don't, that's okay too. But to give you a rough example, you can very clearly, but in a very nice way, say in your video, look, if you've been previously bankrupt in the last 4 years and you meet these criteria, unfortunately, I can't help you. You're not yet ready for a mortgage professional, but here are the simple tips that you need to take advantage of right now. You've got to get your credit report alerts. You've got to clean up your credit. And in order to do that, you really should contact a credit specialist. And I recommend X company or Y company or that. So anybody that sees that video that is in that scenario of going to waste your time by calling you and seeing if they can get qualified for a mortgage even though they've been bankrupt in the past, you can educate that person very quickly in your video and send them down the right path without them ever entering your funnel. On the opposite of that, your perfect customer has very specific things that they must believe in order for you to be able to help them. And everybody's exercise is going to be a little bit different, but to help get your brain working, the first is that rate is not important in the ultimate mortgage transaction. Everybody shops on rate, but through some very simple education, we can get people to understand that rate is not the most important factor in getting a mortgage. And in our perfect mortgage customer, we want people to understand that a mortgage is part of a financial plan. It's not just a get a mortgage, pay your rate, and then it's done. You have to look at your entire scenario. And by doing so, you can actually create a much more cost-effective mortgage or pay your mortgage off sooner by wrapping it into a financial plan. And good advice is worth more than a great rate. And ultimately, at the end of the day, they have to believe that you are the person that can help them achieve those goals. And if we can get to, in our business, those 4 things and get that person on the other end of the phone, we know that we've got a very, very high percentage chance of actually closing that person as a customer and being able to actually help them. So the 3 things that you need to know about your leads is, what does that client want? What does your perfect customer want? What are their frustrations when they are at the point in the buying cycle when we can actually help them? And then what must they believe in order to be your perfect customer? Now, it's totally okay for us to teach them these things if they don't already know, but we need to know what those beliefs are so that we can map out our content. So in going through that exercise personally, with a little bit of advice from my dad and some other mortgage professionals that we've worked with in the last month on this particular process or strategy, we've come up with the 3 pillars to pre-indoctrination in our video content. So I'll skip ahead in the content a little bit and let you know that we are going to be producing these videos at Connection Incorporated. They're going to be very, not professionally produced, but produced so that they look good. They'll convey your brand very well. And then for all of our existing customers, what we're going to do is buffer on your logo and your information on the front, your logo and your information on the back, if you want to implement this video campaign. Now, that is not my main recommendation for you. My main recommendation is that you take today's content, you do the exercises, you create your own video content, and then you send it to us so that we can use that to then pre-indoctrinate your audience and then get better results from your advertisements. But I want you to implement this, and I understand not everybody can make these videos. So we are going to be doing this for you. And these are the 3 pillars that we've come up with. And I would love your feedback and your opinions on whether we've hit the mark on these topics or whether we've missed the mark or whether there's other things that you would like to see as part of this process. So pillar number 1 is how to ensure that you pay the lowest rate. And the way that we are going to demonstrate that to the audience is to teach them about their credit and preparing themselves for the mortgage process. So essentially what we're going to say is, look, you can go online and go to a site that offers the lowest rate, but most often that rate isn't going to be the rate that you're going to be qualified for through that process. And there's a reason why. Those shops are designed to just churn through people and give the base level of service. That's like when you go to Walmart, you get the cheapest stuff. When you go to a Walmart of mortgages, you get the lowest level of service. And on a full service approach, what we want you to do is to take a look at your credit ahead of time to make sure that you can get the lowest rate regardless of what institution that you go to. In order to do that, there's 3 things that you need to check. And then we teach them about having a down payment, making sure that their credit is clean, and making sure that they have a plan for the monthly payments, and just, typical things that people get caught up on there. So you can see how, and there's a little story that we're going to tell in order to pre-frame that audience and educate them at the same time. So that first video, by the end of them watching it, they'll know, hey, I need to have a plan mapped out for a down payment. I need to get on a credit reporting tool and make sure that my credit's okay. And I need an overall financial plan. I need to talk to a mortgage planner so that I have a plan to make sure that we're going to get the lowest rate. Their solution to the problem is now totally different than I'm just going to go do a Google search and try and find the lowest rate and badger people, right? So again, if once somebody sees that video and we show them an ad for your mortgage planning services or your mortgage services in general, where you give them a free consultation, they're much more likely to take that offer and show up on the consultation and be a good customer because they've already engaged and watched that content. Pillar number 2 is how to pay your mortgage off sooner. So this content is all based around, essentially, there's 3 things that we're going to teach them to pay their mortgage off sooner. So don't take a monthly payment, take a weekly payment. Then we're going to teach them about the 15% gross up mortgage option that a lot of mortgages have, where, you know, for a couple of cups of coffee, you can increase your mortgage payments by 15%. That comes off the total principal of the loan. You don't have to pay the interest. And then the third is lump sum annual payments, where you can take a percentage of the loan and pay it down over time. There's a lot of people that don't understand how that stuff works, but through the example that we've laid out in that video content, we're teaching people how they can pay their mortgage off as soon as, 5 or 7 years after getting it. And we feel that that content is going to be very valuable to the audience, and I think very well received by the first-time buyer audience, so that they know that they're not necessarily, or they don't have to be signing a document that's going to take away the next 30 years of their lives. They have a plan for how to get mortgage free, because a lot of people, although it's standard knowledge for us and we all do that and we all know it, it's not something that is common knowledge to our consumers. So when they see it and learn it from us first, again, they're much more pre-indoctrinated into your brand. And then step number 3 is tips for a smooth application process. And all of that is doing is making sure that people are organized with a rough idea of their paperwork, where their paperwork is and what paperwork they are going to need when they get on the phone with you to apply for a mortgage. So there's the 4 basic things that they need to do the approval, and then what they can expect from an actual mortgage process. And all of those videos are wrapped into these little 4-minute to 8-minute wrappers of just solid content, very quick, very concise. And then anybody that watches 50% or more of those videos are then going to get the offer, right? So we've got our pillars of content. Those are videos. Now these offers are delivered through text-based ads to people that have watched 50% of one of those videos. The first offer is the mortgage prep survey, which many of you are running. It's a phenomenal campaign where we survey the client up front before they fill in their name, their phone number, and their email address. And again, we're doing that to weed out all of the low quality people from the funnel and just focus on the high quality people. Then there's the chatbot campaign, which again is phenomenal. It's doing the exact same process as the mortgage survey, but it's doing it through live chat on instant messenger and all automated rather than people going through a website. And then the third offer is a one-on-one consultation, where it literally has a picture of you and it says, do you need help with your mortgage plan? Do you need help with a plan to pay off your mortgage? Do you need help with a plan to get the lowest rate? Book a one-on-one free consultation. It doesn't cost a thing. And then they can click and actually book an appointment with you or call the office to book a consultation with you. So that then takes our pre-indoctrinated traffic, gives them the right offer to convert them. And those are the offers that I recommend that you put in front of your audience. Now, I already let the cat out of the bag because I'm really bad at keeping suspense. So we are going to create these videos, and for current clients, that is something that you're going to be able to add into your campaign for no additional fee. If you're producing your own videos, again, I highly recommend that you do that. It is a much better way to go about this process, and you will get better results from it. When people can see your voice, or when they can see your face, hear your voice, and you deliver the content how you would like to deliver it, you're going to get a better result from that video marketing. But we want everybody here on this call to have the opportunity to at least pre-frame some of their traffic and put this out and implement. So this is absolutely a beta program. We are only running this on a couple of mortgage accounts right now. So know that if you're going to get in on this beta and implement this campaign, we don't have, a set, here's how it's going to work, here's what your cost of lead is going to be. Different marketplaces are different anyway, but you will be on a beta campaign to see how this works. We've seen some phenomenal examples of it working in other businesses and other marketplaces. We've tested it for over 60 days now and seen it work at scale in our business. So we know it works. All of our account managers know how to implement it. Now, we're finally releasing it to you in order to help you get a better quality customer through your marketplace. So if you're a current client and you would like that, just simply reach out to your account manager and let them know that you want to be put in the queue. And as we get these videos produced and we are ready to launch them out, we will let you know and start adding them to your campaign. We are at least 2 weeks away from having that content back from the production house. So we are somewhat held to that. So it'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks before we're ready to implement them in your campaign, but we wanted you to hear it here first on our members only call. Now, if you are a current member of Agent Legend LO, or Agent Legend, or the Marketing Animals, and you're wondering about having all of this done for you, that's what we do, and we're exceptional at it. So very quickly, we will build all of these Facebook traffic machines and manage them all for you. So you get a fully built traffic machine. We do database targeting. We create your lookalike audiences off your past customer database. We do all the targeting for you. We do all the creatives, the copy, the split testing, the reporting and accountability. You get paired with an account manager that you work with on your account. For the chatbot campaign, if you decide that that one's right for your business, we'll build your ManyChat account. We cover the cost for that, and we build out that chatbot for you 100%. You get Agent Legend LO included in your account. So right now you're paying a monthly fee for that service. We roll that into your subscription, and you get that as part of the system. And then you get our proven lead conversion campaigns with all of the copywriting done and a dedicated account manager. We also have a private Facebook group where everybody gets involved, and you get notifications of this and other training. We do these bi-weekly trainings, and you get a 45-minute quick start session. We've extended those a little bit just to make sure that we can get all the information in a timely fashion. So you can go to chatbotmortgages.com to invest in that and get more information today. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to us. Our email is chris@connectionincorporated.com. That's chris@connectionincorporated.com. So with that mercifully brief pitch, we'll get into any of the Q&A if there is any. I realize that that was a lot of information in a short period of time. So are there any questions? Does anybody have any questions about today's content? So Steve, do you have an example of what the video will look like? So not currently, just because everything is in post-production, but it will be a video of us in front of a whiteboard, and then one of them is just a PowerPoint presentation. So there's no actual talking head to it. It's just a PowerPoint presentation that shows the screenshots of the mortgages. And then we're also going to, we don't have it in development right now, but we're also going to test out some of those Tune videos where it's like the little animated characters explaining the mortgage information. So there's a couple of different styles that we're going to be going with. The first is talking head, which is me in front of a whiteboard explaining mortgages for you. The second is a screen capture of the actual video itself. And then the third is going to be the animation one. So no, we don't have a sample video for you to see yet. Do we have the verbiage for the videos? so that we can start making our own videos immediately. So I know that this probably may not be the best answer, but I don't script anything that I do on video. We used to have like a big teleprompter thing in the studio, and the videos just always came off as just it would. I know that this sounds a little bit weird, but I believe that you can create a bond through video, even though you're not face to face with that person. And I could never effectively do that while reading off of a script. And that's just me personally. I know a lot of people that that can only do it via script, but that's just not me. So I didn't have any scripts produced to do the actual videos. What I did was I just keep a one-page piece of paper with my main topic, 3 content pieces or chunks that go into the actual video, and then the close. I write those out on a sheet of paper, and that's how I produce all of our content. So the only thing that I really have for you is the main topic, and my hope was that today would be actually a brainstorming session for you to create these pillars. So how to ensure you pay the lowest rate is a video that has 3 topics in it. How to pay your mortgage off sooner is a video that has the 3 topics in it. Tips for a smooth application process, video, 3 topics in it. And again, if you think of it just as sitting down at your desk across the table from somebody who's asking you a question, you've done it 1,000 times already. Your content is just the same thing that you say to your clients over and over. You're just speaking, to a video camera rather than a client sitting across your desk. So you're probably going to have a much better presentation than I ever would, because mortgages aren't really my thing. Our next question, if we do our own video and we send it to you, will you take care of posting it within the campaign? Yes, absolutely. So all you have to do is produce the content, Dropbox it, or send it over to it however you would like to send it. And then we will take that video, put it inside your campaign, and add everything that needs to be done from that point. We'll get it on the business page and make sure that it's formatted correctly and all that good stuff. We'll take care of all that for you. And again, there's no additional charge inside your campaign because this is beta right now. This is something that we are going to come out when we offer this to the general marketplace. It will have a very premium price tag associated with it to guide people through this process of creating the videos and then shooting them and all that stuff. You get it here for free. So for all of our current customers, there's no cost to implement this in your campaign. Scott, you are absolutely welcome. Thank you so much. And yes, absolutely, Lisa, send those videos over. We can't wait to see them and get them implemented inside your campaign. So our next question here from Brad, can we create other pillars? Example, how much money do I need? That is a great question, and the answer is yes. I truly believe that you should be producing as many pillars as you can. So our initial foray into this campaign, I was producing a video every other day on a different pillar. And then what I did was I took a whole bunch of pillars, ran the traffic to them. The ones that got the most engagement were the ones that we then ran with and scaled. So I think we've tested like a grand total of somewhere around 20 videos in a 60-day period. So, that gives you a rough idea of how I went about the process of finding those videos. But yeah, create as many pillars as you can, and then let the traffic decide which ones are going to be the most engaging. And again, if you go through the exercise of really sitting down and thinking about, your perfect customer and all the people that you've helped over the years, what do they want? What are their frustrations? And what do they need to believe in order to be your perfect customer? It makes it super easy to find those topics that are inside your head on what to teach on mortgages. And that will convey out to fantastic content. So I'm absolutely thrilled to see what you all come up with as far as your videos, and I can't wait to help get them implemented. So if you have any other questions, our email here, chris@connectionincorporated.com, and we're looking forward to seeing what comes from these campaigns. So thank you very much for taking your time here today. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you back here in 2 weeks' time on another members only webinar. And Lisa, you're absolutely welcome. And again, welcome to the program. Can't wait to get you launched. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day.